Welcome to part 7, everyone. Retrain the brain. If you wish to change your health, you must change parts of your personality if you want a new reality. Enjoy the show. No matter what shape your body is, love it now. Love it right now. Love every bit of yourself, every gram, every ounce, every pound. And love yourself well. And understand something, and when you do love yourself well long enough and strong enough, okay, your body will be an image of health, and it will be an image of self-love and self-care. It is not selfish to know or to understand what your needs need to be. So you have to be selfish enough to know what your needs are so that you can claim your God-given right. It is so important. And understand something. Yes, your large intestine is the second brain. And some people are saying it's the first brain because they're actually saying that your brain is just a computer, that the actual true brain is your large intestine and what lives in it. And that's the God's truth. And the mesentery, if you can see those yellow and black lines, that's like a lining, okay, that envelops your abdominal system, that area, and it stores your energy. So understand something. Take a look at your abdomen right now. What is the tone of it? What is the shape of it? Would you say it's storing energy, or would you say that it's leaking energy because you've got a toxic time bomb sitting in your pelvis, in your lower abdomen? You got to get this. The gut-brain connection is everything. You may not believe this, but I'm not telling you medical doctors. I'm telling you the system that's behind the medical system is trying to break the gut-brain connection. And if you don't know that the gut is the Holy Grail, then you can't even think straight anymore. Because if you're not protecting that, because understand something, take a look at the things you drink, the food you eat, the therapy they have. It's all targeting and coming after the large intestine and the Holy Grail, the bacteria. They're trying to go after your bacteria because if they get them, they got you. And if you turn those good bacteria into bad bacteria, you'll have bad moods. You'll have bad thoughts. You'll even have nightmares. That's right. Because everything boils down to a vibration. Everything boils down to a thought. And understand something, as you see right now. They say that your brain is your first brain and your gut is your second brain. I think it's probably the other way around, to be honest. But until everybody gets that idea and I start saying that, people are going to go, what are you, crazy? What do you think? You know better than most people? I'm not saying that. Just be logical. And understand something. It's more than a gut feeling. It means everything. You need to be able to feel your way through life. If somebody says something, does something, or you eat something, and it doesn't make you feel good, or somebody says something, or you do something, and it doesn't make you feel good, you might want to just observe and question that with love. And then start erasing and replacing. Because your actions are everything. The choices you make are everything. So understand. Process your emotions with self-love or bury them in self-hate in your gut, and you will create a time bomb. I think you all understand that one, don't you? Because understand something, and you got to get this. You got to understand the pinball effect of the brain and the bowel. It is real. It is real. Okay, we talked about it. Your brain is the computer. The soup bowl is the pelvis. And that's what you're doing, is you're mixing all this stuff together. And that's your second brain. And understand something, bad bacteria cause bad moods. Good bacteria cause good moods. So you know what? If you are creating darkness in your pelvis, you'll be putting darkness up your spine, into your spinal fluid, to your brain. And it'll get pretty damn dark. We are light energy beings. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. You think I'm kidding? You know what? We could have the biggest auditorium in the world. And we could have it totally dark. And a person can walk in with just one little birthday candle. And we'll be able to see where they are. We'll see the light. And it's all about the light. It's all about frequency. It's all about vibration. It's all about creating all this energy in your pelvis and sending up through the telephone pole called your spine, because your spinal fluid holds more light and more information and more communication than anything else, that spinal fluid. But you better make sure that it's coming in with the right thing. So remember something. Remember what I said. Thought form creates physical form. So take a look at my Braveheart emotional training. It's free for a limited time, guys. And it is. Okay? You may go there and then you might be paying something if you don't go quickly. And the reality is this. You're not going to pay a lot. Okay? Because I'm not going to charge a lot, because you are already paying a lot. Okay? You are paying with your life right now. And I need to make sure that at least I give you a choice to take it back. But you're going to have to take massive personal action, and you're going to have to decide that you're good enough to have it all. So, like I said, thought form creates physical form. And understand something, there's not a person out there, okay, that doesn't have chronic abdominal pain. And every time you have pain, every time you have cramping, every time you have gas, every time you have bloating, that's all information. And that's causing internal scar tissue problems. And there's not a person alive that I couldn't go in there and work on the abdominal area and improve their digestion, their bowel movements, their moods, improve their low back pain by just working on their abdomen, improve their hips by just working on their abdomen, improve their pelvis by just working on their abdomen. Okay? So understand, it's a scar tissue issue. And people have so much adhesion, so much scar tissue in there, it wraps around your intestines. And it slows things up. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay? You shouldn't have any digestive problems. You should have a lean, keen, healthy machine called your body, your vehicle. And if you want to take it all the way, and you want to go deep, whether you are a practitioner for the last 30 years, 40 years, or you want to become a practitioner, or you just want the best training that this planet has to offer in nutrition, in emotional, and in also, okay, nutrition, emotional, and energy medicine, then you want to check out my Whole Life Coach certification course. I'll tell you right now, it's the ultimate training for a spiritual warrior. It's an 8-day training. If you come in person, then you'll get the real meal deal. But understand this, my Whole Life Coach certification is also up online, and you can take it there. But if you are looking to bring on the thunder, then you want to be here in person with me. But understand, if you take the Whole Life Coach certification course online, I promise you that it will be the most powerful, emotional, nutritional, okay, course that you've ever taken. And that's my guarantee. Let's get back to our little story. So the Human Microbiome Project, okay, all right? We have 50 trillion microbes in our body, 50 trillion microbes in our body. And there is a variety of these organisms, from yeast to bacteria to exotic organisms. And understand something, without these, you'd be dead. You would be dead. You need to get this. The bug is everything. There's good bugs and bad bugs. There's super bugs that are caused from antibiotics and from getting too much poisons in your body because they have to mutate, because they want to survive, just like the cockroach. But you're no cockroach, right? So you need to make better decisions and stop taking in so much poison. But understand something. You are. What did I say earlier? Let's go back to this. You are 50 trillion different microbes in the gut. That's what you've got. You've got 50 trillion microbes in your gut. You've got 500 to 1,000 different strains, and they're containing, okay, 3.3 million non-repeating genes. And listen to me, guys. It's not genetics, it's epigenetics. It happens all here. You don't get breast cancer, colon cancer. You don't get diseases from your parents. They're not passed down to you. What's passed down is their belief systems. And beliefs are everything. Did you ever notice that? Whatever you think about, the most you get. That's it. Okay, this whole genetic thing it's just Take it out to the garbage, down to the street where it needs to go. Because reality is, do you think your creator said, guess what? That's just the roll of the dice, Daryl. Your father died of leukemia. You'll probably get that. Your mother died of lung and tongue cancer. You'll probably get that. And your parents died before they were 55. So you're out of here. No, I don't think so. I just turned 64. And does it look like I'm going anywhere? I'm staying right here with you. And we're going to teamwork this thing, because teamwork makes the dream work. And whatever you dream about the most becomes your reality. So never, ever, ever forget that. So what are we? Let's do it one more time. We are walking, talking globs of bacteria. We have 4.5 to 6 pounds of bacteria in our gut. Okay, and then we have that bacteria all on our skin. It's even bacteria walking across our eyelids, okay, that are cleaning things up and eating things. Okay, you want to go in there and you want to kill all the bacteria, you go right ahead. You know what? I'm telling you right now, this whole germicidal thing and 6-foot rule is really for a fool. Do your research, do your science, and I'm not calling you a fool. If you believe you need to do it, you better do it, because I'm telling you, it's epigenetics. If you believe that something's going to take you down, well, it probably will, because it's epigenetics, and it's not genetics, because thoughts are everything, because thought form creates physical form, and I understand that. But I'll be who I want to be, and you be who you want to be, and you might want to take a look who you are, because maybe you're not a bee. Maybe you're not a being. Maybe you're a doing, just doing what everybody tells you to do. But never forget this. Death begins in the colon. Okay? This scientist, Ilya Metnikov, he got the Nobel Prize because he proved that death begins in the colon. Okay? So this is not just some hearsay. All right? So let's get this. A healthy person has 85% good bacteria and 15% bad bacteria. But guess what? 95% of the American population are reversed. We've already talked about that, but we're going to repeat, because repetition is the master of all learning. And like I said before, Louis Pasteur said, what? I have been wrong. The germ is nothing. The terrain is everything. But he wasn't wrong. He actually lied. He wasn't wrong. He actually lied. He just admitted to his lie before he died. Nobody wants to die with the lie, do they? Did you ever notice that? People that are in government or scientists that work for the government, after they retire or before they die, they want to get rid of the lie. Isn't that something? Yeah, because there's goodness in all of us. We just got programmed, that's all. So remember something. You can either turn your body into a cesspool, or you can be the river of life. And remember something, your digestive tract is the liver of life, or it can become a cesspool, and that cesspool is mainly your large intestine. So your large intestine is either what? A life giver or a life taker. All right? There are 80 to 120 autoimmune diseases that are affecting 92% of the population today. And understand something right now. This means that people are attacking themselves on an emotional and physical level. And autoimmune diseases are caused because of bad bacteria. And bad bacteria give off what's called endotoxin. And guess what? Most of these autoimmune diseases are bacterial contamination. Isn't that great? So you go ahead. You go and try to kill those bad bacteria, and find out that you just killed your good ones. And then find out how resistant you are to these antibiotics, that if you ever were in a life-threatening situation and needed them, they don't work for you. Wouldn't that be awful? But don't you worry. You're getting antibiotics every day. If you drink milk that's not organic, you're getting tons of antibiotics. If you're taking any animal products, okay, chicken, pork, meat, okay, even farm fresh fish, they all have antibiotics. So you're getting your dose of antibiotics continually, killing, okay, off your immune system by mutating your good bacteria. I think you're getting it now, aren't you? 60 million pounds of antibiotics are consumed every year in America. Half go into the animals living, so they go into you too. Okay, and the other half go into us as prescription drugs. Okay, and the CDC says at least 30% of these antibiotics are causing problems. But the reality is we know it's much more than that. Okay? I just would like to say buyer beware. Look who you are listening to. And we already know the CDC holds patents on viruses. Why are they holding patents on viruses? And then why are they holding patents on vaccinations? I thought that they were a public system. The CDC is privately owned. Okay? What about the League of Nations? What about the United Nations? What about the World Health Organization? This is all just a big facade. Pull back one curtain, put out another curtain, another curtain, another curtain, another curtain, another curtain. Are you dizzy yet? Embrace nature. Embrace total self-love, total self-care. Okay? Look to the farmer, not big pharma. That's what we need to do. We need to do this. You need to think about this. Americans consume 65 to 75% of all prescription drugs. Death to America, and we'll have death to the world. America is the strongest nation in the world. Now they're the sickest. And guess what? They want to cripple America because you got to cripple the people. You cripple the people in America, you take their country. You break them down physically, emotionally, and then financially, and then you bring in the New World Order. Oh yeah, but I'm just a conspiracy theorist and I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, we'll let that go then. All right. 88% of Americans have some metabolic disorder. And now we know that United States is ranked #1 sickest nation in the world. That's not me, guys. That's not me. And you don't have to stay there. But you got to take your power back. Okay? And understand something. Haha. Did you know there's only I think it's only 3 countries that actually are allowed to actually advertise drugs on TV? And Canada, United States, okay? And in Canada, there's a lot of laws that are against that. But in the United States, you can get 5 to 6 commercials for just one TV show. Isn't that something? And it's the same drug, same commercial. So they're making you into a robot. And understand something, and you need to get this. Drugs awaken and unleash drill bit predators. Now, what am I talking about? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Okay, so a tree falls in nature. A tree dies in nature. What happens? Well, termites and fungus, like this picture, come along and they eat up that tree. And they turn it back into soil so that everything else can benefit. Now, here's the problem. You take antibiotics, and did you know that everything has a vibration? So did you know that meat has a vibration of 0? Did you know that a donut has a vibration of 0 too? That's why it's got a hole in the middle, right? Okay, so did you know that antibiotics have a vibration below 0? Uh-oh. What? Yes, all drugs have a vibration below 0, but antibiotics are like a form of chemotherapy. And they vibrate real low below 0. And when you take antibiotics, you turn on what I'd like to call the death vibe. So everything is frequency. So you just turned on a frequency in the body called the death vibe, because antibiotics they vibrate below 0, which means that basically you've turned on something saying that you're ready to die, or you're dying, or you're dead. And what would that be? Well, we've got yeast in the body, which helps us, and we need it. But that yeast then turns into fungus, and then it just proliferates. Okay? So let me go back. Take a look at this slide again. So what happens when you take antibiotics? Well, the yeast inside of you turns into fungus. And what fungus is a drill bit predator. And it starts drilling holes through your intestines. Oh, isn't that cool? So now, what's going to happen? Well, we know that we're going to get trapped protein particles coming through, get toxins coming through, and it's not really great. It's not really great, is it, to have a screen door in a submarine, because this is the same as leaky gut. So the reality is, I already told you that you only have one layer thick of cells in your intestines, and they're called tight junctions, and they get pulled apart. And when they get pulled apart due to the fungus, it drills holes, then the fungus gets into your bloodstream, and then it goes throughout your whole body. Now, what does this fungus do? Well, this fungus is supposed to go in and start what? Oh, it's supposed to start taking you apart. Then you'll start seeing people getting brown spots on their hands, on their face, on their body, okay? Because now they're becoming an oldie moldy, okay? All right, this is all got to do with fungus, but we're going to get into that fungus thing in a second. So now we've got all these holes being drilled through your large intestine. Fungus gets into you, okay? Because you are a screen door in a submarine as far as your large intestine goes. This is the end of part 7, retraining your brain, but only the beginning of the new you. We will see you in part 8, fungus feeding time.